Hey, what's up, everyone? So, welcome to my third episode of my podcast, Tainted and Tempted. My name is Asia, and I have two new guests with me here today. So, we're going to relate on this topic, and this topic will be: do we feel as if there's a double standard in society for males and females today? So, I have
John B, aka Dottie Pippin. Yeah. Shout out to my dot guys.
Oh my God, I'm dead. And I also have.
What's up? My name is Essence.
Okay. So, as I once just said, I want to talk about, do we feel as if there's a double standard in society today for males and females? Do y'all feel this way?
I definitely feel there's a double standard in society. It's obvious in the different mediums and walks through life.
Okay.
So, I think the answer is yes.
Okay, what about you, Essie? Do you feel like there's a double standard for males or just for females?
I think on both ends there's a double standard. I feel that women are demonized for things that men would be celebrated for doing, but then on the other hand, men kind of suffer consequences that women will be let off with. It just depends on the case.
It does. It really does. And the next thing I want to say is, do you feel like men go through the same amount of work as a woman goes through in the entertainment business or the entertainment world?
It's hard to give that exact perspective, not being in the entertainment world and experiencing that experience, but from what I see, it would look like that's the case. But I feel like in the entertainment industry in general, the breakthrough for just people trying to get in is hard. Anyways, because there's people in power who know you want this. They know everything you want or have to give to achieve this, so they feel like they can take advantage, whether you're male, female, whatever.
Trying to get to the top because everybody wants to do so. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's how I feel now.
What about you?
I'd say as an outsider, of course, it would look like men do not have to work as hard, or they don't go through the same trials and tribulations that women go through, which is true in some areas. But of course, we're all outsiders. We don't really know. I'm sure men also have little things that they go through, but I would definitely say that men have a little bit easier than women. Like women have little things that they would go through, or just things that they would have to kind of keep hush about just to make it in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, because males feel like this is a male-dominant world. Everything is ran around a male, and that's not the case.
I mean,
I
feel a lot of the teachings is that way, so that's why you feel that way. Because when you go through different history lessons, or you go through different things we're taught, that's the image they try to portray. Look how reluctant we was to let a female in the presidency, because they felt she wouldn't run a country the same as a male, even though being the president is not a physical thing. It's about a mental.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Women have to be probably the most mentally strong beings because of something like pregnancy and the different things that they have to face and go through. So it's
and it has a lot to
right.
Yeah, and it has a lot to do with equal rights, because women are not as paid as much as men are. And that's not even just with the entertainment world. That's in businesses today. You could walk into a business and find out how much a guy is making, and then find out how much a woman, and the amount of work they're doing is the same thing.
Right.
You just don't understand the two. And it's been like that for a while now, and I don't understand why is it not changing. Right. Because we can do the same amount of work y'all can do. It ain't no different. Hello. I mean, in my opinion, I don't see no difference.
And even with women, by race, you're getting paid separately. White women get paid the most, and then there's Asian, and then Hispanic, and then black women get paid the least.
Yeah, look at this whole situation now with Monique. She wants to sue Netflix, or it's Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Because she said Amy Joyner is getting close to $1 million or $1.5 million, and she's only getting $50,000.
Yeah, and then Dave Chappelle was being paid more than both of them.
Oh, more than Amy Joyner as well?
Right.
Yeah, and Monique. She was calling for Netflix to be boycotted, but even then, no one's gonna boycott Netflix. But it's good that she's bringing attention to that, because black women are always offered less in anything that they're doing, especially with Netflix.
Exactly.
My outlook on that situation, my input, I feel her message is definitely correct. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel her message is definitely more correct. It's correct where she's aiming the message. But in her case, when it comes to entertainment, the distributor is not your problem. It's the people you want to reach out to, right? Your customer base, consumers. because those are the people that's gonna watch the shows,
Pay
spend the
for
money
it.
for the tickets, and those initial reactions. So I think in entertainment in general, it has a little bit more to do with the man. For
Okay.
Monique's case, I feel like she is a legend. She is who she is.
Okay.
Netflix, tried to violate and make, seem less of a person or less, try to undermine your accomplishments. You show them by doing your own thing. You go out there, you show them, I am a legend, let me show you what I can do.
I feel like the distributor is the issue. If Monique is a legend, that's kind of a slap in the face to offer her something less when she's Monique. She's been out since like
The Parkers, not
Yeah, like-
Right, but I feel it's a little bit more about her demand.
No,
Someone
it's
was checking
definitely
for
her
me.
demand, but it's like you're saying she should go out and just like kind of say F you to Netflix and do her own thing, but it's like, again, she's
She
not
got
in
to
demand
stand her
right
ground.
now. Because she's not in demand right now. So Netflix is kind of like hindering her from doing it.
No, I understand, but you gotta understand
Okay.
when you're pushing a product, right? One thing about a business is revenue is the most important thing in a business. It doesn't matter what it is, revenue is what you're aiming to get, right? You're aiming to get money. So if you put into a product, you don't want to put into a product or invest in a product that's not gonna match or at least break
Look
even
at
on your
Netflix,
revenue.
the amount of useless movies, documentaries,
Right.
series, news series that they're taking a chance on. You mean to tell me that they couldn't take
They
a
couldn't
chance
do that
on
with Monique.
Monique, who's been out since childhood?
I mean,
You're right,
it's
you have a
different.
point.
They let
That's
Dave
exactly the
Chappelle come
point.
back with his series.
Yeah,
And
because-
they
take
take
it
it
off.
Again, so and when you
Dave
talk
Chappelle
about
ain't been
Dave,
out in years.
I'm explaining Dave Chappelle's
And they gave
scenario.
him close to $1 million,
When
more
Dave-
than that. I
No,
heard.
they gave him way more than $1 million. I'm gonna tell you Dave Chappelle's scenario. So his scenario, 7 years ago, I forgot, it's like 8, 10, 7, something along those ways. When he broke out,
Went to
his,
Africa, yeah.
when he broke out and left, his show was, the creativity of his show was being jeopardized, right? They were telling him, we want you to do things this way, that way, and he wasn't having it. He wants full creative control. He wants to do things his way. They wouldn't work with him. They were trying to offer him $50 million to do a season 3. His show was in demand. He left at the peak of his career. You know what I'm saying? When he left, people were, where's Dave? We want Dave back. He came, did SNL like 4 or 5 years ago, broke records on SNL. So his demand was high. You know what I'm saying? So when you put that investment in Dave Chappelle, you're going to definitely get that investment
But
back.
they were willing to work with him with that. I'm
But they
sure if Monique were to do that same thing, they'd be like, we can go to somebody else.
Question,
But Monique was still in demand.
how many,
Even
how much
after she stopped Precious and we haven't seen her anymore, she still was in high demand.
do we,
So
The amount of guest appearances Monique makes. It's not like Monique is just some like in the cut person who's
No,
just
right.
not receiving attention. It's literally just a thing of they didn't want to give her. They didn't see her as valuable or worth
Exactly.
more money.
do we know the initial encounter with this situation?
No, we don't know.
Because
But,
we're not there.
no,
but
but
right.
we know the video that Monique released.
Now I'm gonna
And-
explain the initial encounter. What
But
actually
this has
happened?
to go back with double standards.
Nah, right.
Because Dave Chappelle is a male, and they didn't care, and they gave him close to
No, but
$100
I don't want
$1
to
million.
tie this to double standards because you're right. There is a double standard when it comes to women and male in the workplace, but I don't think this issue was something to glorify as the prime.
So you
It's
don't
not
feel like
being
Monique?
glorified.
You don't feel like Monique should have got what she was worth?
No, what I'm saying is when we talk about the initial encounter, when Netflix came to Monique, they gave her $4 million. Monique had a problem because Netflix said, we want you to audition. We want to see if this stand-up is still funny. If it's
They
still
didn't give her
worth it."
$4
No,
million.
listen, it was, the first offer was $4 million. There's a contract
Okay.
that's been put to public eye.
All right,
The first
that was
offer was $4 million. They wanted her to audition. But Monique felt like as a legend, she shouldn't have to audition.
She shouldn't have to.
Right, so that's the initial what set her off was like, no, there's no way. So they said, after that, okay, if you don't want to audition, we'll give you $500,000 and you can have your show.
Well,
That's
why
when
would
she
you
felt the
reduce it down
disrespect.
so low?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so that she felt disrespected with that because she felt like she didn't have to audition and she was asking did Dave or any other person have to audition for their shows. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I understand with that aspect, yes, that's disrespectful and Netflix was being disrespectful, but it's not their obligation or they don't have to push anybody because they're their own business. You see what I'm saying?
I don't
Have
agree.
to, but
I don't
again,
agree.
looking deeper at it, and that's what she's trying to do.
They shamed
She
her.
went about it, yeah, they definitely like embarrassed her. They definitely just like gave her these unfair expectations and guidelines that I'm pretty sure were not in place for other people. It's
Exactly.
just not, I'm pretty sure her saying boycott, not even I'm pretty sure, it's just her saying boycott, of course, Netflix, everyone relies on Netflix, but I think in the sense of her calling out, it's just, it led to a good conversation and just calling attention to something that needs to be brought definitely Netflix has all free reign. They're a company, but again, when they do these things, it's like, why are you doing that? You have to look at it deeper.
Nah, I get how deep people want to go into it, but I just think with this specific situation, that again, she is someone who can push avenues on her own. Netflix is not the only
So
distributor.
you feel like she could have took it beyond,
Right,
took that
it's
money
HBO,
and did
there's
her
so
own
many-
business.
there's so
But
many different
nobody wants to
aspects.
hire her. Overall, I heard.
To be honest, and looking into her past history and the past events, she's burned bridges. You know what I'm saying? She's burned bridges in the business entertainment world, and that's what happens. Same
Okay.
thing is
But I feel
happening.
like this happens to
So I feel
black
like-
entertainers even when they don't burn bridges. Look at Nina Simone years ago, centuries ago, decades ago. The amount of black entertainers that receive just unfair pay, especially black women, Nina Simone, Billie Holiday.
Yeah, and like I said, those
That's
issues
years
need to, right.
ago.
So those issues definitely need to be brought to light.
As
Those are
opposed to
issues-
their white counterparts who are just
But
like,
we can't talk about because
why
again,
not?
no, I'm not saying we can't. I'm saying in those aspects, yes, that's correct. But when we talk about Monique's issue, I think what people are trying to tie into and what the actual issue was is two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, that's
I guess
how
we just
feel
gonna
about that.
agree
I'm
to
not
disagree
but
with
yeah,
that
I mean,
one.
I understand her point of view, and yeah.
Okay. Well, I also want to talk about, I overheard that certain women had came out and said they encountered, sexual harassment to further their career. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's something true, or do you feel like it was a
It's definitely
scandal,
true.
or yeah?
Yeah. I'm not gonna deny that, like, there are some women who definitely just, like, I guess, say things that are untrue, but the vast majority do encounter just sexual harassment stemming from just verbal abuse to just physical abuse, and it tends to just be brushed under the rug, or it just comes out years later, which is, like, sad. But they endure these things simply because if they were to speak up, that'd be the end of their career.
How about males? Do you feel like with males they go through the same thing, sexual harassment, or?
Definitely.
I feel like the entertainment industry in general, that's you go through those trials and tribulations because of those people in power who think they can't be touched or think, these cases can't be brought to them. They think they're above that. That's a lot of the stigma applied to being a celebrity. Celebrity gets lesser sentences. Celebrities get away with a lot more things and things like that. So, yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
women do face harassment, and it's sad. It doesn't need to happen. You know what I'm saying? It should be about talent. It should be about what you're giving to your craft. But unfortunately,
It's not like that.
right? And I guess it's a double-edged sword because you'll have those women who only want it to be about those crafts, and then you'll have women who use their sexuality to get advantage.
That have no problem, yeah,
Right,
with
that's what I'm
I
that.
saying.
feel like even if a woman is using her sexuality to get ahead in the entertainment business, she's still, it's all about business. It's not a thing of, I'm open to sexual harassment. It's, I'm using my assets to get to where I want to be.
And
Because that's all I
And the
know.
men that prey on that, not even if it's all you know, it's some people that just really genuinely enjoy using their sexuality
So,
to get ahead. The
what-
people that prey
It's
on
sexual
that,
like that, okay.
are the ones who should be chastised and brought into their life.
I mean, and I understand that, and right, men should check their actions. I never, ever, will ever, blame a woman for being raped, blame a woman for being sexually harassed, blame a woman for a man sexually objectifying her.
Of course,
It's
yeah.
never her fault. You understand what I'm saying? But in the same note, understand the women who are using their sexual, assets to make advances. You're having a trickle down effect on people who do want to come to this craft and make it about the craft. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
Even in the female rap industry, there's
You don't
female
feel like that's
rappers
true?
who want to just be about the craft. Rhapsody is someone who's amazing at rapping, but for some reason she can't get on top because she doesn't sexualize herself,
No.
or dress in a certain pertain that is
She
gonna
doesn't have that
be
natural look,
the
right?
entertainment
Okay.
medium. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like there's tons of rappers who don't sexualize themselves and still get ahead in the business. It's maybe she's probably just not in demand right now. She's not what's
she had one of
Taylor,
the
she's
best
probably
albums
just
this year.
not. That's your opinion.
No, I mean, this is coming from media outlets with their top 5. She's been in most top 5s lists this year.
So then she's getting somewhere.
No, I
don't think
understand
the
that. What I'm
people
saying
who
is-
sexualize themselves are having a trickle down effect. They're doing what they feel is best for them to get ahead.
Right.
That's not affecting someone else who's coming into the business.
So-
they're on their own path, and the other people are on their path. You can't sit here and tie people
Nah,
who are on
right.
two different paths into the same thing.
So, question: do you feel in Love and Hip Hop, just to bring it back to the first episode, we had a Marlon Negro who got challenged by the guy in the studio. Oh, I feel like this image, or you know what I'm saying? Do you feel he would have had that mindset or that image had hip hop in general just accept people for their craft? Or
No, he would have never had that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the industry in general has this image where if it's a female, they want to push
And he's
it.
been in the
Sexuality
mainstream, so he knows how it
what,
is.
right?
Yeah,
Sexuality is
Mm-hmm.
what they push for. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they wanted, when Young and May first came out, they was like, wear a dress, wear a skirt, talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, in these different aspects, things like that. But I feel today we're able to push different avenues. You do have gay rappers.
Gay rappers now,
and you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I feel
I feel like Young
getting
and
to
May
that.
is like not even a good example to use though, because she's clearly a lesbian woman. She's clearly not a femme.
No, right,
And
right.
even people that were saying to her, "Why don't you wear a dress?" There were tons of people on social media like, "Why the hell would she wear a dress?
Nah,
She's gay." Like,
to be honest, when Young and May first started, if you go back and watch the first episode, she used to wear makeup. She used to be more
yeah, but when she actually
You
started
know what I'm
getting
saying?
popping,
So
she felt like
this
she
is what
could be
she
herself.
thought, right? Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. This is
And so
this
for her to get that backlash would be countered with, "Why the fuck would she do
no,
that?"
understand, because she got to this, she was able to break through the barrier. I'm talking about before the barrier, because we're molded before we get to the end goal.
That's
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
that's right.
So that aspect of us being molded before the end goal, like for instance, if you wanted to push out as a breakout artist, your image here, if you wanted to push this look, and this is who you are, as a manager, I'm gonna try to make this look work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, hey, you know what? That orange shirt, let's get a V-neck, show a little more cleavage, people accept you more. You know what I'm saying?
Although that's a thing with the entertainment industry. It's not a thing with the artists. I feel like that's a thing that just needs to be reformed with the entertainment industry.
No, but what I'm saying is, as the artist,
No, I hear what you're saying.
yeah, exactly. So it's like the sexuality.
I
and
feel like
I'm
the
not.
artist shouldn't be getting like
Nah, I don't think she's
chastised
wrong
and
for
for
that,
the
right.
state for like coming into it. It's a thing that just needs to be called out with the entertainment business.
Right.
Okay, all
Okay.
right.
Now, and yeah, I agree with her, but I see like everybody has to play some accountability. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
And that's
Everyone
what y'all
has
hope
to
I
play
say. Yes,
accountability,
I
yes.
understand. Okay, so now I want to just briefly talk about that it is always a double standard when it comes to families, meaning siblings. Like I noticed, you know, if there's a single mother or a full parent home, it always tends to be more pressure on the daughter, more so the son. In my opinion, I feel it should be equal and no matter what the situation is. So, yeah, in my opinion, the daughter shouldn't have so much responsibility leading up to the day she leaves home. You know what I'm saying? And the son is able to just lay around and do whatever he wants to do, or you know, go out with his friends and just lounge around and come home and live life like it never happened. So, and I see this all the time. I hear this from millions of friends I have. They always go through the same process, and I feel like mothers always continue this cycle, and I don't understand. And it matters when daughters do leach out and they meet a man, they don't know what to accept. You know what I mean? And that's only with single mothers. Now with full parent homes, daughters know what to expect from a man because they have their father to show them what's wrong from right. But I don't know. It's a win-win situation. What y'all say about that?
I mean, personally, and I can say, you know, the majority from the effect, like what I see as the aftermath, me being in school, learning from my friends, hearing their experiences, hearing the way they talk, hearing what happened at home, those different things, yes, the majority, you know, tend to, the trickle-down effect is different for how they treat the daughter to son. But my personal account, my mother in general was harder on me being the oldest. My sister and me have 5-year difference, you know what I'm saying? I always got, you know, my butt
right.
kicked, you know, I don't know if you're doing that right. So I always got chastised if I got bad grades, if I didn't do the right thing, if I acted out. And I used to act out a lot, you know, because I was calling out for my father even though he wasn't listening. But it is what it is, you know, I used to act out a lot, I used to wild out, and I got in trouble. I got cracked down on. It wasn't an easy road for me, you know what I'm saying? Where with my mom, she understood, you know, got that, you know, understanding of what abuse to a child can do, like what kind of effects it can have. It can diminish that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Me and my mom never used to talk. I wouldn't tell her nothing. I didn't care to tell her nothing. I got in trouble with somebody outside. I handle my own business. I look for other people to seek help from because I didn't want to speak to her. You know what I'm saying? That relationship between me and my mom didn't develop until I was older. And then now we're able to talk, be friends. You know what I'm saying? Understand each other, look at each other's point of views. But honestly, with my sister, it was more of a relationship. So, I mean, my views is a little tainted on that, but I do feel there is a double standard in that aspect. For me personally, I think it's the insecurities of the mom and, you know, from from her being her female to her daughter and wanting to, you know, it might be fear, it might be wanting her to protect her from the things she's experienced.
And she doesn't
Right,
realize.
she doesn't realize she's having that negative impact on her daughter. But again, this is coming from, you know, a male perspective, coming from a family that didn't experience that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What about you, Essence? What do you think about that?
I feel like in your mom's case, she probably had more self-awareness, so she was able to take her experience growing up or just things she's seen in the people around her and apply it to her moving forward with, I want to have a family, I want to raise kids, I want this to be different, I don't want them to experience the things that people around me do. But I feel like in a general sense, and of course, every family is different, but overall, I feel like in Black households, especially single parent households, there's just this disconnect between the mom and her child. I feel like there's this lack of communication, there's a resentment, there's a jealousy, there's just a lot of insecurity that comes off from the Black mom, and it leads into her taking it out on her daughter, and then she takes it out on her son in different ways, but I feel like it doesn't really have, of course it has a negative effect on the son, but I feel like it doesn't really
even out, like
it doesn't
match.
even out.
Yeah.
I feel like with Black moms, in my experience, and just things I see around me, and things I hear from people that I'm not as close with, was just things I notice in my surroundings and in my community. There's always a thing where the Black mom tends to treat her son as if he's a husband or he's just the man of the house, and then the daughter gets just a lot of fire under her, where it's just like, I expect more out of you. I'm going to hinder you in all aspects, where it be expressing yourself, growing into yourself, and I'm just going to take all of this frustration out on you. The son, it affects him in the sense where he becomes hindered and he doesn't really live up to what he can be. But in the present sense, it's like he's kind of just lounging and chilling. He doesn't really have as much expectations or moral or just anything expected of him. And it affects both genders, and it affects both children in different ways. But it definitely has this weird psychological effect on the daughter in the long run.
Yeah, you're right about that. You definitely are right about that. I remember I had a close friend. She had explained to me, because, you know, I was telling her this situation at hand. And she has a daughter. And she said the reason why she's so hard on her daughter is because a man can lay down and he could make a baby with 10 different women. You're the one that have to take care of that baby, carry it for 9 months. And what if that man up and leaves you tomorrow? You're stuck with that responsibility.
But that's
so I understand where she's coming from, but then I still don't understand why is it a split off.
You don't understand
It
because it's
still
like,
should be the same.
I feel like, yeah, what she's saying is true, but she's, again, it just comes into this thing of you're taking out on the wrong person.
Exactly.
The daughter shouldn't be, and that's the thing with society. Women should not be punished for the actions of men. I feel like men constantly just get an easy ride. And of course, it's not all men, but whenever you're making these like things, you have to generalize, because if you sit here and say not all anything, not all white people, not all cops, not all Black people, not all men, you're allowing these people who aren't fitting into that call out to just kind of lay back and be like, I don't have to call out the men around me, I don't have to call out the white people around me, I don't have to call out the people around me. You have to generalize when you're addressing an issue, because it causes all people to look at themselves.
So, with me personally, and to rebuttal that, I agree. But, because, and I have the same thing with cops, right? The whole thing with police brutality, not to take off the subject, you know, if one cop is being bad, you're not sticking up and saying, hey, you're wrong, all cops are bad, right? One spoiled apple spoils all the apples. So, absolutely right. Men are shit. I just said it. Men are shit, right? I'm not shit. Men are shit, I'm not shit. I take personal accountability for my actions. I change who I am. I recognize what I'm doing wrong, and I change it to make it right? I'm trying to be a better man every single day. When I meet my friends, I teach them lessons every single day. When I have conversations with any man, I express the lessons I learned every single day, because only I can make that change to turn action. I can't change or make somebody turn action, but we have to take personal accountability, and maybe that's why, you know, with me personally, why maybe I speak for myself, because it has to change within me for me to change within people around me, for me to start affecting people around me. You understand what I'm saying? I have a bunch of my misogynistic friends. I'm not gonna say it, act like I don't. I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you're right.
They have to change. I have to change. I have to talk to them for them to change. And I think that's the disconnect. You know what I'm saying? And we just really need to oh yeah, right.
With the situation,
right. We just need to we need to bring it back. We need to bring. That's why this conversation is important to have. Right?
Exactly.
So that's what I feel about that.
So I just want to end it off with my tempted question of the day. Do you feel like there's a double standard with relationships as well? Meaning, if a man was to experience domestic violence with his girlfriend, no one will take it as serious as if a woman was to experience these issues. What do you feel about that?
Most definitely. You know, a woman abused me. People look at me like, hey, you strong.
Mm-hmm.
She don't hit hard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. When you getting, yeah. But I think it's wrong for anybody to put their hands on each other.
That's
me
right.
personally, I was taught never put my hands on a woman by my mother. So you know, that's something I hold dear to me. I wouldn't want nobody to put hands on my sister or my mother. I'm not gonna put hands on no female. And that's just always what I held by, even though that's a double standard in itself, kind of, right? You know, only teach the man not to swing.
Exactly.
Don't teach the woman.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's just how I feel as a man. Don't put your hands on women. But I feel like everybody should keep their hands to themselves. I respect personal space.
What about you, Eston? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's, extra, is it a joke when a guy tells us he got beat up by a woman because he's strong enough he could throw the woman on the floor and call it a day, but,
I
a
feel
woman.
like definitely there's a double standard in relationships, and even if not like, even just between men and women, I feel like men are kind of just, they've been kind of assimilated into thinking like, I'm a man, there's certain things that I should enjoy or I should put up with because I'm a man. Definitely, if a woman were to like put their hands on a man, and the men were to sit there and like take it further and press charges, he wouldn't be taken that seriously. I feel like there's quicker action taken on women who are abused, women who are going through custody battles.
Protections.
Yeah, women who are raped, women who just experience anything, they're taken more seriously because they're a woman. And then if a man were to come forward and say, hey, I was raped, I was abused, I was whatever, I'm going through this custody battle with my wife, they're not going to be taken that seriously. I feel like in the recent years, there's more attention brought on these issues, so of course we're moving forward as like a community, as a society, to taking like men seriously and just taking all these things seriously, but there's definitely a double standard there.
It is. It really is. And another thing is too, I noticed a lot of these men are killing their girlfriends. Yeah. So then again, you can't really be so mad about a police officer taking a woman seriously about domestic violence than a man, because it's what they hear on a regular. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right. Like, I agree, it's a double standard. It should be equal, but the cops are more focused to women because look at the things we women go through.
I think that
this girl just got thrown down the stairs by her man, her 2-year-old daughter just seen him killing.
Right.
And the cops, somebody already reported it, and the cops just drove past the house.
Right.
So you see why the cops just signalize women more than males.
I think that comes from a lack of communication between men. I feel like there's a lot of anger, a lot of just confusion with men, and it's all because of societal standards placed on men. And it's just like a lack of like self-awareness with men.
So you think it's a double standard in the police system with domestic violence because
even with society, like you see videos going around on Facebook of women just wailing on their boyfriends over like, oh, I checked his phone and he's texting somebody, or like he didn't do something and it's just usually laughed off, and it just leads to this thing with men like thinking, I'm not going to be taken seriously anyway, or I should enjoy this, I should do this, I'm a man, why don't I do that? I think men kind of just lack this like knowing of self with what's right and what's wrong, because they're kind of like focused more on like, this is what society expects of them. I'm not saying that men killing their girlfriends are right, I'm not saying that like it's okay, but I feel like there's just this deeper issue that's not being touched on with men, and that's why these things happen.
Yeah, because I feel like the cases that we hear with the police system are more with men beating up women or killing them.
Well, I also feel in the same sense, women feel they have a sheet of security because you're not,
You just
men
run to the
take it
police.
on
Don't
trouble.
admit it, but like, yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
true.
Right,
Never
so
be admitted.
right, so you know, like it's like, oh, I can't hit this guy because I know when I call the police, they're gonna take him away and not me.
But some cops be with it.
No,
They be like, oh, you hit him, you going down
No, right,
too.
and
You know what I'm saying? So,
I said that to say this. I just saw a recent video, you know, of a female crying and trying to beg her boyfriend not to tell, you know, to tell the cops to stop taking her away. But it's
yeah.
like that what would happen, you know, you break down the waterworks start because you think you can persuade these cops to be like, yo, you know, this male, I'm the female, you know, he's doing me wrong. I should be allowed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's that sheet of security that we gotta wipe off and say, hey women, keep your hands to yourself. Stop
Exactly.
provoking, stop antagonizing. You know, I got guys who wouldn't put their hands on them, but I mean, you push them so far, you gonna poke a guy butt so much, you're gonna tell a guy, you know,
They
call him
love
out his
that.
name butt so much before he hits his breaking point. You know, we all human at the end of the day.
There just has to be an open dialogue between both genders.
Right.
Yes. So everyone, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. If you could just like, share, subscribe to my third episode of my podcast, Tainted and Attempted, and I hope to see you next Saturday for the 4th episode. Thank you.